how are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
Thank you for coming in. It was nice talking to you since your evaluation that we had last week, and as results shown, you have a lot of hyperfunction in your vocal folds and your laryngeal area, and today we want to address that. In addition to that hyperfunction, you also have a lot of vocal fatigue, which takes place often because of that vocal hyperfunction. So today we're going to do that by an approach called yawn sigh. And before we get started though, I just want to talk to you about what vocal hyperfunction is. I know we discussed it last week, but in case you had questions that came up since then, I just want you to be able to let me know what those questions are. So first of all, vocal hyperfunction is when your larynx is really high up. So your larynx is right here, you can probably feel yours, and it's really high up, and we noticed this through your endoscopy that we did last week. In addition to your larynx being high up, your vocal folds, your true vocal folds, are very tightly compressed together. And when we phonate, we want an equal adduction, so closing of the vocal folds, and abduction, opening of them as we phonate. But yours are so tightly compressed together that it's creating that tension and fatigue. And also, as we saw, your false vocal folds are closing in and vibrating as well over your true vocal folds, which often made it hard to see your true vocal folds, but we don't want those false vocal folds to be vibrating. In addition to that, your tongue is very high and forward in your oral cavity, that also creates that hyperfunction. And additionally, your pharynx is constricted. And your pharynx is the place in your mouth where the passages of your nose and connects to your mouth and throat. So our goal today is, and the goal of yawn sigh, is to reduce that hyperfunction and thus create significantly less vocal fatigue. So before we start, I just want to have you relax your whole body. You're sitting up so straight, but let's kind of hang our arms down, kind of like you're lounging at a movie theater, and just relax and kind of roll your head back a little bit and just release a lot of that tension. So with reducing the hyperfunction, we want to create our larynx to move into a low position. We also want to be there to be a slight opening between our vocal folds, and also we want our tongue to actually be more forward in our mouth, because when it's back in our mouth, it's creating that tension. All right, so with this therapy, we are going to start by producing a yawn. And a yawn is a prolonged inhalation with maximum widening of the supraglottic area. And the supraglottic area is the area below the vocal folds that fills with air from our lungs, and then when we inhale, we fill that up, and then exhale, we let that air go through our vocal folds as we phonate. So first, let's just both yawn. Good, that was really good. And as you release your air, I want you to relax your muscles. So let's try that again. Good. Do you feel those muscles relaxing? Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah. Do you also feel that airway opening? Yeah. When you're good. And we just want to release all of that tension. So we have that yawn. So now, after we produce the yawn, which I'll do it first, I want you to sigh. So can you try? That was really nice. Let's try that again. Can you try? Good. So when you do that sigh though, I want you to just do it nice and light. So one more time. Good. All right. Are you feeling just a little bit looser in your muscles here and in your mouth as well? Now I want you to yawn, and when you yawn, I want you to phonate with an H. So let me show you. He. Good. How does that feel? Good. Good. Now let's try.
Kind of goofy, but good.
I know it is.
Kind of goofy.
That's why I'm doing it with you, so that you don't feel so silly.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Good. It's nice. I feel it's nice and soft for you. It's coming on. Hey. So now that we did that, our next step is, so we did the yawn and now we did the sigh, and we're kind of building up into words. So now I'm going to do some short words. How? Good. We'll do 2 more. Let me do it first. Home. And remember as you do this to keep your body nice and loose, because I'm noticing you're very tense, and that's, yes, you're nervous, and that's why, and it will kind of come in time. So now we're just going to try this without doing that yawn, because obviously when you're talking, you're not going to be like, oh, let me yawn and then produce your words. So let me do one first. So we're going to breathe in. How are you? So you can do that. How are you? Good. Help me, please. Help me, please. Good. So you did a really nice job today. And we're going to continue to work on this throughout our sessions. So next week, and determining how many sessions we need based on how you feel. So do you have any questions based on the exercises we did? Or no? Okay, good. So I'm going to send you home with this short list of simple words, but I want you to begin with that H, like he, to start during the day. And as you do that, there's also some short phrases down here that I want you to practice using the yawn sigh method.
Keeping it nice and light.
Yes, keeping it nice and light. Relax your muscles before. And I want you to do this about 3 different times during the day. Maybe morning, when you're getting ready in the morning, when your lunch break, and maybe after work. And I want you to do this for about 5 to 10, probably about 5 to 10 minutes each day. And as you do this, I want you to document how you feel, maybe if you're really stressed that day, and just kind of see if you notice the change, whether you're stressed at work or whatever it might be, and just really be thinking about those neck muscles.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, I think I'm good.
Good. It was good talking to you.
I'll see you next week.
Thank you.